Wenchang Space Launch Site, WSLS. The Wenchang Space Launch Site, WSLS, is a rocket launch site located in Wenchang on the island of Hainan, in China. Formerly a suborbital test center, it currently serves as China's southernmost spaceport. The site was selected for its low latitude, 19 degrees north of the equator, allowing for larger payloads to be launched. It is capable of launching the Long March 5, LM-5, or Chang Zheng 5, CZ-5, the heaviest Chinese rocket. Unlike launch facilities on the mainland, Wenchang uses its seaport for deliveries. The construction of the site was complete by October 2014. The first launch took place on July 25, 2016. Due to construction delays, the initial launch of the Long March 5, LM-5, booster from Wenchang Space Launch Site, originally expected to start in 2014, was postponed and took place on November 3, 2016. The Long March 5B, LM-5B, maximum payload to a low Earth orbit, LEO, variant, was expected to be completed circa 2018, but the maiden flight took place on May 5, 2020. A Long March 5, LM-5, carrier rocket was already shipped from North China's Tianjin port on September 20, 2015 for rehearsal drills of a scheduled Chang'e 5 lunar mission, which was planned for around 2019 and was successfully launched on November 23, 2020. At 19 degrees north latitude, the Wenchang Space Launch Site is located on the Chinese island of Hainan, which is the nearest to the equator among Chinese territories. Low-latitude locations are desirable for space launch sites due to the higher speed of rotation closer to the equator, as well as the smaller inclination change maneuver needed to reach geosynchronous orbit. Hainan also has a large range of allowable launch azimuths, facilitating the launch of payloads to orbital inclinations between 90 and 175 degrees. The Wenchang Space Launch Site, WSLS, is considered to have favorable conditions for long-term development and international collaboration, thanks to its potential for expansion, low operational expenses, and relatively lenient regulatory framework. Rockets launched from Hainan Island are within 10 kilometers, 6.2 miles, of the ocean in the direction of launch, and their trajectory takes them over the open ocean. This makes falling rocket debris less likely to cause accidents and destroy property. Wenchang Space Launch Site is in the northeast coastal section of Dongjiao Town, Wenchang City, with a coastline of roughly 4,100 meters, 13,451 feet, and an area of 2,968.77 hectares, 7,336 acres, starting from the control area of the Space Launch Site in the north. The project is designed to include a theme park area, a central lake area, commercial and leisure function, and an ecological coconut forest region, holiday and residential function, with a total construction land area of 2,446.73 hectares, 6,046 acres. Hainan, as a tourist destination in China with many tourism resources, is predicted to grow. This space launch site was included in Hainan Province's 11th five-year plan in 2010. During the Cold War, the location was considered vulnerable to foreign military forces. After the Cold War ended, development plans were renewed. The construction of the new Wenchang Space Launch Center was officially approved by the State Council and the Central Military Commission of the People's Republic of China on September 22, 2007. In late October 2007, the mayor of Wenchang announced the appropriation of 1,200 hectares, 3,000 acres, of land for the center and the necessary relocation of more than 6,000 people, mostly from the villages of Longlu and Dongjiao. A November 2007 article indicated that the actual launch site would be near Longlu, while a space science theme park would be built near Dongjiao. Satellite photography taken during April 2011 shows a clearing near the beach, likely for the Long March 5, LM-5, launch pad. Wenchang has two launch pads. LC-101, designed for Long March 5, LM-5, launches, including service structure and launch gantry. LC-201, designed for Long March 7, LM-7, launches, can also launch LM-8, including service structure and launch gantry. LC-3, designed for Long March 10, LM-10, launches, including service structure and launch gantry. The first launch was a Long March 7, LM-7, which took place successfully on July 25, 2016. On November 3, 2016, the Long March 5 rocket made its maiden flight from the launch site. On July 2, 2017, a Long March 5 launch failed to complete its mission to put a 7-ton, 15,432-pound, Shenzhen-18, SJ-18, communications satellite into orbit. The third flight of Long March 5 occurred on December 27, 2019 from Wenchang LC-101. The maiden flight of the Long March 5B took place on May 5, 2020 from Wenchang LC-101. On July 23, 2020, the fourth flight of Long March 5 put China's first indigenous Mars orbiter rover Tianwen-1 directly into Transmars injection, TMI, from Wenchang. The maiden flight of Long March 8 occurred on December 22, 2020 from Wenchang LC-201. On April 29, 2021, the core module Tianhe of the China Tiangong Space Station, TSS, was successfully launched aboard a Long March 5B rocket from Wenchang LC-101. On May 29, 2021, a cargo resupply ship named Tianzhou 2 launched on a Long March 7, Y3, rocket from LC-201 to rendezvous with the China Tiangong Space Station as preparation for the upcoming Shenzhou 12 crewed mission.